We had some guys step up and make some big plays.
We got a long way to go. We got a lot to do.
Kid was turned today.
We have so much potential on the team, and anyone can ball out at any time.
We fell short last year, so that's going to be motivation.
I'll split the money with you if you let me say it.
Very well. I was just
You're in for $5,000?
Let's see what you choose to say.
K-Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K-Nation, week 2 of college football now in the books. What to make of 2 tough road trips for both the Wildcats and the Jayhawks.
And with football picking up, we inch closer to basketball season. Serena Sundell talks everything from year 4 with the Cats to making tacos in a one-on-one interview.
And the 13th ranked team in the land resides in Lawrence, Kansas. We were in the building for their big home opener against Wichita State on Wednesday night.
Welcome to K-Nation. Later, Reinhardt with Caroline Sorrow. And Caroline, I have a question. I thought football was supposed to be fun, right?
It was supposed to be. This weekend, though, a little scary. An all-time screaming from your couch for both teams.
Yeah,
little moment
parody
yesterday.
for the Cats and the Hawks. Neither team very fun to watch.
Yeah, a
this
little bit of
weekend.
nail-biters on both ends. But we do have one win to break down here, so let's go ahead and start in the Big Easy. Number 17, K-State gets the Tulane Green Wave. Bit of a revenge match after Tulane marched out of Manhattan with a win back in 2022. And for a bit there, kind of looked like the Wildcats wanted to do it again. Tulane scores on the final 4 possessions in the first half, and Chris Kleiman says the team went into the locker room with their tails tucked between their legs.
What a quote.
Yeah, after the break, the defense looked a lot better with the offense feeding off that energy. DJ Giddens was turned another Chris Kleiman quote and ran for 114 yards and caught a 45-yard 4th down touchdown pass, leading to a K-State win.
There's always more to work on, but we need the win, though. Come out on a road game against a good team and get a win. That shows a lot, like all our coaches.
We're going to step it up for weeks to come, and we haven't really been able to showcase what we can do, throwing the ball down the field as much as we'd like. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we're 2-0 going into week 3. Couldn't ask for anything better.
All right, the real heroes in this one were the second half defensive playmakers. Austin Romaine forced a strip sack fumble. You saw it here, being scooped and scored by Jack Fabris to give K-State a lead. The first lead since 3-0 for the Cats. And then the final play here. Defense stood tall with a VJ Payne interception in the end zone with 5 seconds to go to seal it. Still, after giving up 20 points in the first half and some head-scratching mistakes in the secondary, the team knows there's still a lot to improve upon.
We had so much miscommunication, and both pre and post snap, and we had to adjust to that in the second half, and we still made some errors at the end, but it was just that communication was not very good.
The first half was a tough day. I'll say that. We went in the locker room, revamped, big things like that, touchdown, scoop and score, the interception to seal the game. You know, stuff like that really helps our offense.
Only gets harder from here, though. In today's AP poll, Wildcats jumped to number 14, but they host number 20 Arizona on Friday night in Manhattan.
I tell you what, though, you got to love the accountability from the defensive guys there, saying, hey, we weren't great, lucky to come away with a win, move on to the next one.
Recognition, then you work on it, right? Absolutely. Well, Chris Kleiman called that one a culture win because the Cats were able to pull through, like we were just saying, but KU, not so much.
Now, Jayhawks played a lot like K-State did yesterday. Neither team up to the standard we know that they can play at. It's no secret there are high expectations for number 19 Kansas. Another revenge game after KU beat the Fighting Illini at home last season. Neither offense could get going in the first half, with this Luke Grimm touchdown being the first of the game with about 2.5 minutes left to give KU a 10-3 lead. But then disaster struck. Trying to score before half, Jalen Daniels has to lob this screen pass, and it's picked off for a pick 6. KU trails 13-10 at the break. Jayhawks do take it back with a touchdown to Lawrence Arnold. Illini retake it in the 4th, and down 6 with 5 seconds to go. KU can't get this Hail Mary off. Coach, big dreams coming in for this group. What's the message to the players?
Well, we're going to see what we're made of. You know, we got 10 more games to play. This is a non-conference football game. See, but like I said to you guys a lot that are here every day, don't get ahead of yourself. We got a long way to go. We got a lot to do, and everybody wants to go into things that aren't even on the schedule yet to talk about a football team that has to get a lot better, because you know what? There's a lot of good teams and a lot of good coaches. A lot of things happen. Now we got to play another good team in 6 days. So, I mean, if everyone thinks that our season and our goals and everything are out the window, they're sadly mistaken. You've seen it how many games today ended up that way? How many games last week? And we're barely into the season yet, guys. So this is what it is, and you know, but we're going to see what kind of team we are, what kind of resolve we have, what kind of leadership we have, starting with the head coach on down.
Well, despite not finding the end zone, Devin Neal was awesome in this game, picking up over 7 yards a carry, getting over 100 yards on the evening on just 14 touches. In fact, the Jayhawks offense outgained the Illini.
They sure did, and I think we know who Jalen Daniels' favorite weapon is. He targeted wideout Luke Grimm 13 times last night with 9 catches. That's half of Daniels' total receptions. Only 40 yards, though, but the touchdown that you see in that picture right there. All right, we'll break this down a little bit more later. Don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. More Jayhawk football talk. We've got Rock Chalk Sports Talk's Daniel Courtwright ready in studio to further break down Jalen Daniels' performance and break down next week's UNLV game.
But before we get there, Kansas volleyball just cannot be stopped. The number 13 Jayhawks picked up their first home win on their way to a 6-0 record this week. How that team's feeling next.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Donald.
We're here at the first CBD American Shaman in Kansas. Everybody knows it's a challenge to advertise CBD in the state of Kansas. They won't even let us show you the products we sell.
None of this, none of that. Definitely not any of that. We can show you this. A lot of people enjoy the benefits of our body lotion.
We're proud to say we're the first CBD stores in Kansas. We've been trusted to help our community and provide one-on-one customer service. Go to one of our locations in Manhattan, 21st and Randolph, and North Topeka.
What if you cleaned your eyeglasses only as often as you cleaned the windows of your home? Well, not only would it be embarrassing, walking around all smudged up, but you could be missing something too. Missed a step, I'm okay. Get your home's windows sparkling clean regularly by Squeegee Squad and see what you've been missing. Look up Squeegee Squad in Topeka. There you go, wipe off your glasses first. Let it shine all the time. Squeegee Squad, Squeegee Squad.
It's hard to describe the sound of Kansas. At Lewis Toyota, we know you all have different passions. Helping you get to those passions is what drives us. With over 50 years of experience, Lewis Toyota is your one-stop shop for chasing your dreams. Buy local, buy for less, buy Lewis.
My wife and my son and I were in my truck, and 2 vehicles got in a wreck in front of us, and we were collected into that wreck. There was no surprises with Matt. He's got everything lined out. I could not recommend Brett's injury law enough.
Hi, I'm Mark Macbeth, owner of RoofMax of Topeka. So many homeowners believe they need to replace the roof when all they need to do is recondition it with RoofMax. Call today for a free roof inspection. Let RoofMax show you the best way to save thousands and protect your largest investment.
Step into a world where possibilities are endless.
At Denali Home Design, we believe in turning your dreams into reality. Witness the transformation of your space into everything you've imagined. Denali Home Design. Inspire, transform, elevate.
Welcome back into K-Nation. Volleyball season is in full swing, and the Kansas Jayhawks are on an absolute roll right now.
I mean, they quite literally cannot lose. They're undefeated, have yet to lose a game, and have only lost 2 sets, actually. You have to lose 3 to lose a match. They've only lost 3 sets. The winning ways continued in their home opener at Horse Arena on Wednesday night. Hawks bumped, set, and spiked their way to a 3-0 victory over the Wichita State Shockers. IL Nadi was lethal, leading the way with 14 kills, while Toyosi Onabajo had 9.
We're all just super excited to start the season. We just got a lot of things coming. We have so much potential on the team, and anyone can ball out at any time. So I think people should watch out. We got some good stuff coming. The energy from Horse is just amazing.
Hawks extended their win streak to 6 games in the Marquette tourney this weekend, back hosting Lipscomb next Sunday. We're just a week out from the Jayhawk Classic with number 8 Purdue and number 11 Creighton.
That one will be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. As for the Volley Cats, the week brings a tough road trip at the Creighton Classic, where K-State faced not 1 but 2 Ranked top 25 opponents, K-State falls 3-1 to number 20 USC and loses in straight sets to the number 11 Creighton Blue Jays. Cats get a break, though, with a 7-game homestand that starts on Thursday against Lipscomb.
Morgan Family Arena makes it fun. KU
Sure
soccer
does.
looking to bounce back from a Sunday loss to Gonzaga in its trip to Vanderbilt, but this one ends in a draw. KU has 3 straight games now without a first half score, but the defense is holding up strong.
Sure is.
KU opens up conference play at home against Iowa State on Thursday.
As for K-State soccer, also on the road this week, the Wildcats split their games, ending things in a draw at Arkansas State, then coming away with a 2-0 loss at number 7 Memphis. The 3-3-1 Cats open Big 12 play at home on Thursday against Colorado. That one should be fun.
Jumping right into a Big 12 stuff. And how about this one, Caroline? A feel-good story for you.
Yes.
New K-State assistant track coach Tara Davis-Woodhull won her first Olympic gold medal a few weeks ago, and now husband Hunter just won his first gold medal in the Paralympics on Friday.
That's
He finished
awesome.
with a 46.36 in the T62 400-meter race. I recommend Googling pictures of the celebration moments between these two. They were tearing up, but I was tearing up. They confirmed that love actually exists in this world and that one day maybe we can find it.
I know, right? hey. Anyway, stick around. Coming up after the break, that one-on-one interview with Serena Sundell that we told you about. What's the ceiling for this K-State team that returns a ton of star power? I'll let Serena answer that one next.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Ladyfingers Automotive. Family-owned auto repair with hands that understand your vehicle. Quality repairs done at an affordable cost. When you're in need of service, repair, or towing, remember Ladyfingers Automotive.
JML Engraving Manhattan provides quality service you can count on. JML can add that personal touch to your gifts, trophies, and special occasions. JML Engraving, celebrating victories in life.
Fidelity State Bank and Trust, Topeka, empowering customers since 1922.
If you're looking at doing some remodeling to your home, debt consolidation, college tuition, your equity is there. We are offering competitive rates and terms on home equity loans. It's a great way to let your equity in your home work for you.
Fidelity Bank. We do business right here at home.
Transform your garage into an extension of your home with a custom finish floor by Garage Force. American made, backed by a lifetime warranty. Our professionally installed industrial grade coatings will protect your garage from anything life throws at it.
Your independence is important to you, and it's important to our team. You've been training for this moment all year. It's time to get off the bench.
Come join the McCrite team, for it's your time to shine.
Big truck accidents have resulted in big money for our clients.
In a wreck, need a check? Call us today.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
All right, welcome back to K-Nation. We haven't quite made it to basketball season, but it's never too early to catch up with K-State women's basketball Serena Sundell.
Oh, of course not. The off-season's never truly off, is
Not
it?
for these college athletes.
No, definitely not. I sat down one-on-one with Serena earlier this week to talk about everything from spending her entire 4 years with the Cats to bringing attention to women's sports. Listen in.
So Serena, we don't usually talk basketball this time of year, right? But it's never too early. What's this time of the year like for you? What's the off season like?
Yeah, it's exciting right now. I think for me, this is my favorite time of the year. Just we're hitting conditioning really hard, weights are hard, and we're putting in some stuff on offense, just getting ready for the season. But then you have football games to go to. We have a lot of recruits going on, so there's a lot of stuff going on. But our team is very focused at the same time, and we're taking the hours that we get and making the most of them.
Yeah, and this is going into year 4 for you, senior year. You're kind of a rare breed in this thing where you've been at K-State the whole time during your career in the age of the transfer portal and all of that stuff. But what's been something about K-State that's made it a one-stop shop for you?
Yeah, it is rare to be somewhere for a true 4 years, and I'm the first class without a COVID year, so I really only get 4, but I'm so glad that I chose to come to K-State. If I could do it again, I would come right back here. It's just been like the best college experience. I've had great teammates, great coaches, just great memories. Yeah, it's been wonderful. So
yeah, for sure. And you're coming off a season where you were on, Big 12 all-first team, and of course you also are making your way onto every single scoring list, in program history here. But what are you going for in this final year? What's the goal for you?
I think as a team, we definitely are eyeing a Big 12 championship. We were close last year, kind of let it slip away from us, and then we definitely want to make a farther run in the tournament. It would be awesome to host again and get to the Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, all of those things. Our end goals. And then for me personally, I feel pretty confident right now. I want to keep that going into season.
Yeah.
I feel the strongest that I felt. I feel like the game is at a slower pace than it was a few years ago, so I'm kind of seeing the court better, and I just want to carry that confidence over into my game, and I think that'll help me in a lot of areas.
Yeah, for sure. And talking about this year, you guys graduated Gabby Gregory, but you bring back you bring back Ayoka Lee, you bring in a couple highly touted transfers that were really good at their previous schools, along with a ton of other returners. What's the ceiling for this group?
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows. We are going to set our expectations very high and set our goals high, and if we fall short, hopefully it'll be a successful year. But yeah, we got a lot of girls coming back. We got a lot of experience on this team. So there's no excuses this year for what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And with the momentum that you guys generated last season, whether it's motivation from the way it ended to this season, what do you feel like that does for your program attention-wise in terms of women's sports, or putting women's sports on the map in Kansas, at K-State? What do you feel like that does for your program?
Yeah, I think last year there was just a huge difference. We had great crowds. I think having the Gap Goat be a factor was a lot of fun, and people really grabbed onto that and went with it. It was a silly idea at first, but it kind of just helped people have a personal connection to us and let them get involved, and just seeing that everywhere in every home game, the baby Gap Goats, that was so cool. But yeah, it's just drawing attention to women's basketball, which is great. Just being able to sell out Bram was so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we've always had a great fan base here in Manhattan, and our community is awesome. But last year, you could just tell a difference and feel a difference throughout the games, that the fans were really invested. So that was super special to be a part of.
More in kind of the near future, you guys travel to St. Joe, play in the Bill Snyder Classic. It's pretty close to your hometown.
Yeah.
Do you expect to have a big crowd there whenever you play in that area?
Yeah.
Family and stuff?
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to expect last year. I knew I'd have some people there, but we played Mizzou, so that was a fun matchup, and there's a ton of people there that I wasn't even expecting to be there, so it was super cool to play in St. Joe's, like 40 minutes from my hometown. My grandparents still live there now, so yeah, that'll be a fun game this year. I'm really excited.
And one more question for you, Serena, but I want to know, what are you doing when you're not here, when you're not on the court? What do you do? What are you doing when you're out around campus and stuff?
I guess school is first.
That's true.
Starting my master's, so we'll see how that goes. But recently I don't know, I live with Taryn, she's our other point guard, so we have been doing a lot of activities lately. We will go play tennis, and we'll play pickleball, and we try to do puzzles. Like, we're just trying to keep ourselves busy. I've been trying to learn to cook a little bit more.
There you go.
Getting ready for the real world. And then reading, I like to read, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. And I lied. One more for you. Okay. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing to cook? I'd say tacos, because they're easy. But I can make them a little special. Maybe like street tacos or shrimp tacos.
Okay, so next time we do one of these, you're bringing tacos,
I'm bringing
right?
tacos,
Okay, perfect. Well, Serena, thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate the time and are looking forward to getting closer and closer to hoop season.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think I'm going to set up another one-on-one with her next week just so she can bring tacos.
I think you need to do cooking with the cats.
Maybe
and you guys make
There
tacos
you
together.
go.
I have a tortilla press. I'd be happy to donate
Hey,
for a little segment.
It can be a group thing. It could be a group effort thing.
All right, we got to move on. Coming up after the break on K-Nation, get ready to talk Jayhawk football. Rock Chalk Sports Talks. Daniel Courtwright is in the studio to answer some of the biggest questions from the Illinois game. That's next.
Play It Again Sports is your golf headquarters. Come try out a new driver or iron set in our new indoor T-Turf driving cage. We offer a full range of new and used golf equipment from Cleveland, Strixon, Wilson Staff, Proline, and more. No matter your skill set, you'll find everything that you need to take your game to the next level for less. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Save big money on Pittsburgh paints and stains at Menards. Pittsburgh's Weather Screen is a water-repellent deck stain that protects wood while allowing its natural beauty to show through. A gallon starts at $27.98 after rebate. Complete your staining project with ultra-advanced semi-transparent stain. It's a stain and sealant in one that can be applied to damp wood, allowing you to clean and stain your project in one day. A gallon starts at $34.48 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Huddle up, homeowners. We're not just about improving your home, we're about protecting it like a championship team. With Messler Roofing, Siding, and Windows, you'll have a home that lasts season after season.
From clearing land to building sheds or retaining walls to digging ponds, All Seasons Excavating and Landscape is here to turn your vision into reality. Our experienced equipment operators can create landscapes that increase your property's value. Call All Seasons Excavating and Landscape today.
As the cost of electricity continues to rise, solar makes more sense than ever.
My bill last month was $13.
We are obsessed with installing top-tier products to the highest of workmanship standards. Reach out to us today. Energy with integrity. We are Good Energy Solutions.
Welcome back to K Nation. We know that KU football game wasn't necessarily ideal yesterday, but we do want to break down what went down.
Right, and we have a special guest here with us in studio today to do just that. Daniel Courtwright with Rock Chalk Sports Talk Radio. Daniel, thanks so much for joining us here today. Just let's go ahead before we dive into KU. Tell us a little bit about what you do and your role.
Yeah, so Sean Kellerman and I, he's actually the locker room host on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield. Him and I, we have a 3-hour talk show every day on KLWN, FM 1017 and 1320 AM. It's called Rock Chalk Sports Talk, where we just talk all things KU. We do some fun, different segments here and there. You know, we do top 10s or KU mailbag where fans ask us questions. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a really cool job.
Yeah, so you're up close and personal with this team. You guys track them closely. Talk to us about what you saw in that game against Illinois yesterday.
So what I saw in the game against Illinois yesterday, not quite everybody firing on all cylinders, especially on the offense. I think the quarterback play, Jalen Daniels might have looked a little rusty. I thought the running backs looked really good and the offensive line looked really good. And I feel like they just weren't playing up to par with kind of how this team could.
Right.
Well, you look at the comment sections, and we don't need to dive too much into it, but the play calling, how much of what happened yesterday was offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes and the play calling that went down?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's quite a bit. I think once you see kind of your quarterback not being able to make those plays, not firing on all cylinders, and when you have your running backs doing so well, and they have not many carries. I think it was 21 carries combined between Neal and Highshaw. I think you sort of have to lean into the running back position. So I think that the offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes, I think he's partially to blame on this, but not entirely. By the way, it's just week 2. It's a non-conference game, so you know nothing. The world isn't on fire, right?
Where does that other blame go, if that's not on Grimes?
Right.
That's a really good question. I think probably Lance Leipold is going to have a pretty solid sit down with Jalen Daniels, and they're going to kind of go over some things, maybe some different read progressions. That was kind of the other thing that I noticed, is that the offensive line was great. He was going through his read progressions. I think that the Illinois secondary doesn't get enough credit as well.
Yeah, I thought the guys in the trenches, both sides of the ball for KU, showed out in that game yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. And you bring up Jalen Daniels. I want to go back to that. I feel like it's kind of this elephant in the room that we need to talk about. But 4 turnovers in total, 1 being a pick 6 that was arguably one of the bigger plays in the game. I mean, was it a comfortability thing, do you think, for him? Was it a game scheme thing? I mean, what was something that was maybe off about him that you thought? I'm
not entirely sure exactly what was off about him. I mean, my initial reaction is, okay, yeah, Andy Kotelnicki's gone. He's gone to Penn State. Right. Now we have Jeff Grimes coming in at the helm. It's tough to learn a new offense, especially when you've been running the same offense for so long. So I think he's just kind of getting his bearings under him in this new system.
Heading into this Guaranteed Rate Bowl rematch with UNLV on Friday at Children's Mercy Park. I'll see you guys there. What can we expect out of KU? I know we talked about the struggles on offense, but an overall game plan to get a win.
An overall game plan to get a win is just, try to find your rhythm once again. I think the defense played great. I think I want to see more out of the secondary. I think UNLV's got some pretty good wide receivers. They've got a new quarterback coming in as their quarterback from last year, true freshman, transferred over for USC. So I want to see the defense take a big step up, and I want to see that offense kind of firing on all cylinders once again. I'm excited to see what this running back group can do, and if Jeff Grimes and company kind of learns from last week.
Well, one more non-conference game in there to kind of work out some of those kinks before conference play too, right? Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the biggest thing, because when you look at KU's conference schedule, it's pretty favorable. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't necessarily matter. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. It's a non-conference game. It's against Illinois. Yeah, of course you want to win that one. Of course you want to go undefeated and go to the college football playoff. But at the same time, you're not out of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what Lance Leipold was saying last night. Right. We can't throw the season away yet just because there was a loss that we didn't see coming. All right, that's all the time we have. Thanks for coming on, and stick around. There's more K-Nation coming up after the break.
Is that me?
No, it's me, your fireplace. Creosote buildup in my flue can not only be smelly, but it can also be dangerous and cause damage.
Now's the time to have your chimney inspected and cleaned. Call Certified Fireplace and Chimney today.
Hi, Clay Sherwood here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute.
And they want to make sure that you live your best pool life by keeping your pool clear with Pool Life chemicals. Let swims and sweeps keep you cool this summer.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis,
988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support.
When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors
who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources.
There is hope.
You are not alone.
For 24/7 non-judgmental support,
call, text, or chat 988.
Blind Tiger Brewery, the place for amazing steaks. USDA choice, sirloin, ribeye, KC strip, and filet. Hand cut and grilled to order.
Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, 37th in Kansas.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by technology? Hi, I'm Bryce Garner with Network Computing Solutions, and we've got you covered. Let Network Computing Solutions handle your tech so you can focus on your business. Technology working for you.
Established in 2005, Sardo Countertops opened to transform houses into homes and to provide exquisite service throughout the Midwest. The result is a true masterpiece for your home.
Need your fireplace inspected? Make sure you and your family are safe this winter and avoid being a statistic. Certified Fireplace and Chimney now has openings as soon as this week. No need to wait months to be seen. Call or text us today to schedule your appointment.
All right, welcome back to K-Nation. Here's how Vegas views both of the K-Nation schools' Week 3 home games back home, both on Friday. Both these teams are favored.
Yeah, starting with the Cats here, ESPN says the spread is 7.5, so will K-State win by 8 or more or 7 or less? We don't know. While the over-under total combined points, 56.5. KU is also 7.5-point favorites in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl rematch against UNLV with the over-under sitting at 48.5.
58.5.
Yes, 58.5. Every single time that we do these, I learn a little something about betting. I'm not a betting person.
Apparently, you also need to learn something about numbers because you couldn't read the 58.
I'm a journalist, okay? I don't do math. I don't do numbers. That's not my thing.
What we're concerned about are these games on Friday night. Don't forget it's on Friday night, but UNLV Guaranteed Rate Bowl rematch, and then 2 ranked teams, Arizona and K-State.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Thanks for watching K-Nation.
Have a great night.
When you're clicking and things have worked, we've always enjoyed watching the results of that. And tonight we just didn't quite have all that.
Coming out of halftime, got back together as a defense, said what we needed to do, came out, did what we did.
I've only been here for 2 years, but it feels like I've been here for so long, and I just love these girls so much.